Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com, Primal Athlete Training Center here in Cranston, Rhode Island. So we are getting down to it. This is the last 3-week wave of speed that takes us into our championship season. Now, we've been hearing from a lot of you, both on the private Facebook group and also a lot of emails that have been coming in from a lot of you out there who have been having some great ends of your season. A lot of PRs to finish out the big meets, a lot of PRs for your state qualifiers and your big, invitational championship type stuff that's going on right now. So you've seen the benefit that speed has to your training. So we're going to continue that. Now, what you're going to notice is the workout today is very similar to the workout that we did 3 weeks ago. There's a reason behind that. You're going to notice that the main movement weight is a little bit lighter percentage. You're going to be moving that for speed, lighter than what it was 3 weeks ago. The exercises, although they're very similar and in some ways the same as they were 3 weeks ago, you're going to be doing that a little bit differently. So we're going to have some of the exercises, you're going to be doing less amount of repetitions. Some of the exercises you are going to be doing less total sets. So again, it's a way to back off. It's a way to make sure that your athletes are getting more energy. It's a way to make sure that your athletes are a lot more, I guess you can say that their tanks are being left with more fuel in them for these bigger championship meets. So we're giving them a little bit of rest by taking away certain things. Now, what we're going to explain in the workout, of course, you get the workout every single Sunday that explains what to do, the sets, the reps, and all that good stuff. That is going to explain exactly when to add more weight than 3 weeks ago, when to take away more weight or take away weight compared to what you did 3 weeks ago. So hopefully you've been following instructions and writing stuff down. All right, so without further ado, I am going to be showing you the exercises this week. I'm going to be showing you some different variations from what it was 3 weeks ago, ways that you can hold weight in your hand, ways you can use bands for pull-ups and things of that nature. So make sure you guys, if you don't have the equipment or if you have to modify the equipment, that's totally fine. We realize not everybody has the same amount of equipment as we have here. So if you have to modify it in some way, that's perfectly okay. Remember, the next couple weeks, the name of the game is speed. All right, everybody, so the first exercise on day one is a seated box jump. Now, we did these 3 weeks ago. What we're going to do, we're going to have you guys start standing up, just like a box squat. We're going to have you sit down to the box, lift your feet a little bit off the box, off the ground, slam your feet down, and jump onto the box. Here's what it looks like. We're going to sit down, easy seat, right up. Okay? So what you're going to notice is, as you sit, we don't want to see you rock back all the way. We had a lot of people that were rocking back and slamming their feet. We don't want to see that. Just a little bit of a step. Boom. The other thing too, notice I'm jumping as high as I can and landing on the box. I'm not jumping just high enough to get on the box. So you don't have to have a box this tall for your best athlete. Have your athlete jump like he's going to land on a box this tall and then gently land on that lower box. Okay? Next exercise that we are going to do, we are going to do a split squat. Now, we did split squats a few weeks ago, and we had you holding dumbbells, I believe. Coach Anise was holding dumbbells. I'm going to show you how to do it with a weight plate. So you don't need dumbbells, you don't need kettlebells. Weight plate works fine. Put the foot up on the bench. We're going to work on driving this knee that's behind me under the bench. Holding weight, a little bit tricky because it's up in front, down and up, down and up. Notice how that knee is going back under the bench. Okay. Next exercise, we've mentioned before, pull-ups, and if you're not good enough to do pull-ups, use a band. So this is what it looks like. You can stand on a box and put your foot in the band, or you can put your knee in the band. So I'll show you a few of these. Put the knee right in the band. Come up here, just using that band for a little bit of assistance. So for your athletes that might be bigger, I mean, again, we're dealing with throwers. So Pull-ups are usually not a thrower's friend, but we want to make sure that you're able to do a good amount of them. So using a band underneath the knee is a great way to take off weight as they go up, okay? The last thing that we are going to do is a single goblet squat. Now, typically we're going to show goblet squats with either a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Instead, we're going to show you with a weight plate. Very similar to how we did the push presses last week. Starting a squat, elbows up, plate right under the chin. Sit down, stand up, down, and up. So you've got to notice, modifying these exercises is perfectly okay. As we get into the summer workouts that are going to be starting in about 4 weeks, that summertime workout, it's a full off-season workout. You are going to have to modify a lot of stuff. As long as you're keeping track, writing down the type of exercise, the type of modification, you'll be all set. That takes care of day 1. Now we're going to show you the assistance exercises for day 2. All right, first exercise on day 2 is a dumbbell clean and press. We've done these before. What I'm going to do is stand to the side, so I'm going to face the wall. Stand to the side so that you can see these from the side, then I'll turn and face you so you can see them from the front. Okay, so dumbbell clean and press. We want to start with nice and tall, dumbbell right at our waist, shoulder is packed in, so my shoulder's not loose. We want to transfer power from the legs into this arm. So we're going to transfer power through our body. Having a loose, wiggly shoulder, power won't transfer. Pack it in there, get it nice and tight. We're going to dip, explode. Notice how my hand is here. My hand is not behind. It's not tipped this way all crazy. Nice, strong arm. Dip again, explode. So we're using the legs. Dip, clean, dip, press. A lot of times what we'll see is the athlete will come up, dip, clean, and then as they go to press, their arm gets all kind of loose and wiggly. So they go to press and the dumbbell's going all over the place. Keep this arm packed in nice and tight. Think about the shoulder moving the dumbbell. And up. Okay, hopefully that explains it a little bit better. A lot of you guys have had questions on those, so good way of explaining it. Next thing we're going to do are recline rows. Real simple. Before, a few weeks ago, we did recline rows with our feet up on a box. Now we're just going to do it from the ground. Real simple, real easy. I like to have my knees slightly bent. If you have your legs straight, that's going to be the hardest way of doing it. Knees bent just a little bit, hips up in the air. Pulling your chest to the bar. Next exercise, real simple, is a push-up. Again, great way of doing this. You can put the fingers behind a line on the ground and get the chin in front of the line. Okay, that's exercise 3. Last exercise that we are going to do is a face pull. Now, typically we're going to do face pulls with a band connected to a rack, band connected to a pull-up bar. Let's show you guys face pulls on a machine like a lat pull down. So we've got the rope. What I'm going to do, step back, hold my body nice and tight, so that way it's not pulling me forward or backwards. Body nice and tight. We're going to pull the hands back. Hands come back. Try to get the hands over the ears. Hands over the ears. Now, if you need to get your balance, if you're not strong enough, we can just lightly put the foot up here. Notice there's not a whole lot of weight on the foot. This will just help you get your balance and hold your body nice and square, nice and even. So that takes care of day 1 and day 2. Remember, the focus is on speed. So whenever there's an exercise in the workout where you can move quickly, dumbbell clean and press, dumbbell snatches last week, whatever that may have been, we want you moving as quickly as you possibly can. The old adage here holds true. You can put a fence post in the ground using a carpenter's hammer, but wouldn't you rather use a sledgehammer? It's the same thing. When you're choosing weight for the dumbbell clean and press this week, don't go really light just because you can move it quickly. Choose the heaviest dumbbell that you can use and still move as quickly as a lighter one. Make sure we're using the right tool for the job. Your athletes will peak. They'll be in much better shape come the end of the year when the big championship meets happen in your state.